That's 15 hymnals. That's about 8,000 pages front and back. That's how many hymns she wrote in her lifetime. That's not counting her poetry that she wrote. She was quite a poet. And she actually knew presidents. You know, a lot of times we can think that things are limiting to us because she couldn't see, right? And she was born in the early 1800s. So there really wasn't a lot of services, of things. But I wanted to tell you a couple of things about her that she did that really helped her in her life. For one thing, she was never discouraged. Can you imagine being blind and people would say to her, you know, isn't it bad that you're blind? You know, don't you get discouraged? And she said, when I get to heaven, Jesus is the first face I will see. So she said, you know, the fact that she was blind wasn't discouraging for her. Okay, so I was thinking about this because in the early 1800s, and she just lived in a rural area, so she wouldn't have been able to learn how to read Braille, right? Until she went to school. She went to a blind school at the age of 15. So in spite of that, she memorized 5 chapters in the Bible every week. So by the time she was 14 years old, she could repeat from memory the first 5 books of the Bible, which is known as the Pentateuch, the book of Ruth, many Psalms, and the books of Proverbs, Song of Solomon, and much of the New Testament. Now, you know what all of this memorizing helped her to do. Guess what it helped her to do? I heard it over here in the corner. What do you think it helped her to do? It helped her to write all these beautiful songs. And she said, there was a couple of interesting things about her songs. So one of the things is that she wrote with the mindset is that she wanted people to give their hearts to Jesus. That was why she wrote her hymns. Now, she was a modest person. She didn't want 8,000 hymns to be just from her, so guess what she did? Do you know what a pseudonym is? It's having like a pen name, or fake isn't really the right word, but she made up a name for herself. Guess how many fake names she had, or pseudonyms? Made up names. Guess how many she had? No, that would be one per hymn, wouldn't it? 250. So 250 different pseudonyms for her hymns. So there was one other thing I wanted to share with you that she wrote in her life. So she went to this blind school, and she was a student there, and then she became a teacher there. And her hymn writing didn't even begin until she was 44 years old. Can you believe that? And she still had time to write 8,000 hymns. She said at the age of 90, I thought this was interesting, my love for the Holy Bible and its sacred truth is stronger and more precious to me at 90 than at 19. And when she was asked, because 90 is a long time to live, right? When she was asked what the secret was to having a long life, she said she guarded her taste, her temper, and her tongue. Taste, temper, and tongue. So here I'm going to leave you with a little poem that she wrote. When my life work is ended and I cross the swelling tide, when the bright and glorious morning I shall see, I shall know my Redeemer when I reach the other side, and his smile will be the first to welcome me. So when you sing a hymn, look and see if it's Fanny Crosby, and if it's a different name, it still might be her. You never know. Okay, you can go back to your seats.